the country that infiltrates another country and the victor wins makes a justification for their actions. However, the loser might feel that this person, it was unjust, right? So we see that all the time. So when you say you go off of a feeling of how someone makes you feel and you decipher whether it's good or bad, that's completely subjective. You can kill a whole nation of one second. On who you are. You would hold on one second. Let me get this last thing out. You would be killing a whole nation of potential beneficial whatever beings based on if we go off of a feeling of how we feel.
Thank you.
So my question is, how would they be able to decipher what is demonic? Hold on, what would be demonic and what would not be? Because we've seen clearly in history, if we go through even the Salem witch trials, we've seen in history that humans get it wrong a lot.
Yeah.
I get it, Tanya. We're not talking about a regular. That I understand. That I get. Okay.
She's talking about following your heart.
Hold on. Just let me get this out.
I would never trust someone to follow their heart.
Look,
Jody, allow her to
when it comes to a person, I get what you're saying. We have gotten it wrong. But when it comes to another entity, their shit be so strong that you can't help but feel if it's good or bad. Like, I can see what you're saying when it comes to someone, but when it comes to something, like an interdimensional being, it's different in how you feel what it is. Because normally...
But I've never felt that, though, misperception, so I would have to rely on other people who are not spiritually inclined.
And maybe you're not in tune with God enough.
So you've never had a supernatural experience?
Connect to God.
I've never had, and I want to knock on wood, and God, just because I said I never had it, don't give it to me either.
Right.
I've never had a interaction with a being, and I don't want to, from any other dimension, unless y'all are one. I've never had one, so I would have to rely on the others. And then how do I know that the others will decipher between it?
A lot of people have, and that's pretty much how you decipher it. Like, it's so strong.
How does that argument stand?
Or the thing is so strong that you can feel what its intention is. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you come into contact with, you're going to be able to feel if it's good or bad.
So,
that's the thing.
So this is the thing. You know, have y'all ever heard the saying, the devil knows the Bible too, or the devil?
Yeah.
So, what you're...
It's true. It's not a saying.
The devil is building his army as the same time as God building his.
So, according...
It's spiritual warfare. All the time. You gotta hear when God's talking.
Right.
He's talking at all times.
So according to what you're saying, misperception, that would mean that as long as you feel like something is good, then it's good.
Not always, Leon. No. Not always.
So,
I'm only talking
like
about
she prays over it.
Jody,
she really listens to.
Jody, please.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is that when it comes to interdimensional beings, not just regular everyday humans, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about coming into contact with something that's out of this fucking world. Mm-hmm. That's literally all I'm talking about. I'm not saying anytime you feel like something's good, it's going to be good. No, it's not. But I'm saying when it comes to these beings or whatever creatures that are existing outside of our plane that come in and out of our shit, like their vibration is pretty strong, and what I think is that negative or lower vibrational creatures feed off of low vibration. So that's why they scare you. That's why they give you that ominous feeling or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. They feed off of that. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can feel when it's bad or good. Because we have more than just our five senses.
I call it sinning. Yeah, for sure.
But that's going to still just be based off your perspective of whatever that is.
That's the actual question, though, because I feel like...
How do you decipher what interdimensional being is good or bad when you come across it, basically?
So, that's like... Okay, so that's like me going to a person, because we emit energy and all of those things, too. So, if I go to a person and... a person is, I get a bad vibe from if I get a bad vibe.
You can feel it in your soul, good or bad.
That's what I'm talking.
If I get a bad vibe from somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is bad. That's all I'm saying. Like, we do have intuition, but it can be a little ignorant sometimes to just rely on our intuition.
And sometimes you could be dead on that. That's the biggest piece of shit you can do. Sometimes you could be wrong. Sometimes you could be right.
All right, so I'm getting a vibe that you are on the spectrum, box number 8. So I'm just gonna be patient, because I don't want to assume. So is it possible for you to be normal or what?
Leon, can I get a mute, fam?
Anybody that's
Hold on 1 second. They go ask for a mute. I got you. Let's just all take a deep breath.
Earlier it was said Jesus was an alien.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why he isn't is because Jesus created all things that are created. Anything that was created, he created it. So you can't be an alien to something that you have already been there to create. You created it. You're not. It's not foreign to you. You're not foreign to it. Down to the mass of it, you created everything. According to the scripture, Jesus Christ created all things. The Father is not going to judge. The one who created things, the one who created you is going to judge you, which is Jesus Christ. This is scripture. Now, the Bible also says you know them by their fruit. How can you know somebody and they just came up and appeared to you and you feel like they evil and then you just kill them because you got a feeling and they ain't did nothing.
Right.
That's idiotic. So what you're going to do is you're going to judge them based off the fruits, based off of what they have done, based off of what they have said, based off of what they are currently doing. The fruit, what you see. That's what you're gonna judge them off of. That's how you're gonna know. And when that being come from that cloud, and he come down and he touched ground, and you just shoot him, right?
Right.
You're doing that because you're scared. You have no clue if he's good or evil. I don't care that little tingly feeling that you got. That little tingly feeling that you got is not a barometer of good and evil. But a person's actions is. You can't judge a person's heart. You don't know what's in nobody's heart. If so, tell me how you know. Tell me how you know, and tell me that you're a psychic. That you know.
You and I are both followers of Jesus Christ, right? So I understand that the Bible doesn't specifically address extraterrestrial life, but it's like
it does.
Well, not specifically, but it does have a thing. I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way.
Go ahead.
It does say that it's important for us to focus on our new identity and our relationship with God. We're pretty much aliens and strangers because once we're in Christ, our citizenship is in heaven. But that's like the biblical answer. You feel me? But I understand the idea of Nephilim and all of that stuff, but it's hard for me to accept answers that aren't about something biblical, about something spiritual, that's not based off the Bible, because the way I understand the Bible, you feel me? It's like, if you mess with witchcraft and spirits and all of this stuff and you try to dabble in it, you're just, you're going to be exposed to some different type of things. Like, that's just what's going to happen, you feel me? And your interpretation of that is not Bible based. So there's gonna be fear, because you just don't know. But the Bible speaks about what's unseen is more real than what's seen, shit like that. But I don't know. I just agree with you, Dago, for the most part.
So you disagree that you know?
I do agree.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, so anybody that agrees that you know a person is evil and they ain't did nothing, raise your hand. If you just know they evil or bad and you know that they're good. You just know it. They ain't showed you nothing. They ain't did nothing. They ain't said nothing. You just know.
Right.
Raise your hand.
Do what? Sorry.
Basically.
Raise your hand.
Basically.
If you know if a person is evil or if a person is good, and they haven't shown you anything. They haven't done nothing or said anything. But you know.
I don't determine if somebody's good or evil like that, because we can be both. Actually, we're all both.
So, but that's what you were based off of what you were saying earlier.
If they are not, what would evidence that you would need to honor?
Based off of what you were saying earlier, misperception.
Thank you.
Based off.
That's fruits.
God damn.
That's Bible.
Based off what you were saying earlier,
That's
misperception.
fruits.
You're basically saying
that's
that
the
you could
fruit.
tell by.
A person, no. An entity, yes.
What's the difference?
Oh my God.
The difference?
Yeah.
Well, an entity could operate outside of this 5 sense reality, right? We can't really. So
What's the
a
evidence of
person-
that though? Like, what's the evidence of that?
The evidence in what? What I'm just saying?
Like, can you prove entities? Can you like prove that? Can you prove like a spirit or a ghost? Or can you prove that?
I can't prove it because I can only go off of my own experience.
All right.
So that means that you could be wrong.
Okay.
What about an angel? Would you know if an angel is good or evil or not if they appear?
Like Google Meets.
So
I would assume.
so there's no such
Give me 1 second.
so an angel
I
and
would
a
assume that it.
damn.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. An angel and a demon is based off of perspective. One of the other is just the opposite. It's the opposition of another. So to an angel, a demon is evil. And to a demon, an angel is evil. Because
I get
of,
that, but those are-
because
those
of
are
the
angel
because of the
demons.
universal law of polarity.
Right. But from a human's perspective, the demon would be the bad one and the angel would be the good one, right? Because one has our best
Okay,
interests at
so-
heart if we're going off of biblical shit.
Yeah,
Based
the
off
biblical
perspective,
shit
yeah, that's
states
right.
that the biblical shit states that the devil disguises himself as an angel of light. Now, do you
Of
think
light.
the devil,
That's right.
who's been around for longer than we've been around, is gonna disguise himself as an angel of light and then give you bad vibes?
Right.
So I mean, I
That
guess
shit
we're
don't
fucked.
make
Then. I guess
sense.
we're truly fucked if we're talking about it because God apparently didn't give us the discernment to be able to decipher what's an angel and what's a demon.
But
Yes,
he
he
does.
did.
You know them
He
by their
does.
fruits.
He does give it to you. He said, "That's right, brother." I can shut up right now because the brother knows exactly what he said.
It's literally it's black and white, bro. Everyone has these different ideas of like this new age Christianity, this new age
Right.
spirituality, all this.
It's not new age anything. It's been the same. It's just the only thing that has changed.
All this pseudo theology, like it's like, bro.
Can you give an example of the pseudo?
It's all really
To
up for
understand.
speculation.
Can you give an example of?
Anyone who believes in crystals and all this other stuff, bro, like, come on, bro.
Well,
It's not.
Are you? See, this is the first thing I gotta ask. I don't know. Like, okay, so if you're under the influence, you're already not even sober enough to think clear. So you're already like diminishing your ability to even have a clear perspective. So I'm not trying to take a shot at anybody, but take that in
I
consideration.
see what you're saying.
Take that into consideration, because how would you be able to recognize a pure being if you're coming unclean? You get what I'm saying? That's why I usually don't even.
What do you mean?
I usually don't even have these conversations if I've ingested certain things. Like if I'm under the.
No, bro. I'm sober, bro. Sober living, bro. Like,
But that you got to know what that even means. It doesn't have to be so. It doesn't have to be sober from drugs or alcohol. You have to be sober from
okay,
you know a lot of different
what you mean.
things. Like you got to be clean, like spiritually, to even be able to recognize a clean spirit. So you can eat if you eat. I'm almost done. If you eat like toxic poison chemicals in your food, you're already clouding your judgment. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to even be able to recognize certain things.
What gave you that idea about me though? Specifically,
I was just speaking in general, but based off what you're saying, you sound like you're not coming with an open mind. Like you've already rooted in a belief system that's flawed. So your perspective is
the
going.
belief system is flawed. So is it? So all right. So are you saying like, okay, let's say this idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
You tell someone that the way you ask someone that the way they think, do you think it's right? Do you think that the way they think is correct, and that everyone else should think the way they think?
Everything is
yes.
everything is either everything.
But if they ask you that question, but if they ask you that question, wouldn't you say the same thing?
So everything is either objective, subjective, or relative. So if a person is basing things off of how they feel, then it's subjective. Hey, Cookie.
Okay, so this is to assume that I haven't done my due diligence. I guess because how a young guy sound, or how passionate, whatever the heck, how drunk I am about what I believe. What would you say is flawed specifically about what I'm saying, about what I believe in?
You mentioned something about a person that relies on crystals to get their truth. You can't judge a person based off of your perspective of if something is going to be true to them. It's either something that's true.
But that would be assuming I'm talking about someone else's experience. That would be assuming I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm going to respond to him. That would be assuming I'm talking about someone else's experience and not my own experience in that same type of stuff.
I missed what you said. Hold on. Okay, you said what now? Because
I guess when I said that I'm saying this stuff about different people that do these different things. You're pretty much assuming that I've been believing what I've been believing, what I believe now this whole entire time, and I haven't dabbled myself.
So I'm not assuming, I'm going off of what I hear you say. So I'm literally going off of what you say. I rarely assume when I'm having these conversations because my assumptions.
Right. So just assume that I was talking to my old self for real. I wasn't going for nobody's neck. That's my old self that I'm talking to.
Okay, so for the sake of this conversation, you should engage with the people on the panel instead of talking to yourself because that's not relevant for the. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't want you to miss what I'm saying. Like all I'm saying is that I've been that person who I was addressing.
Okay, gotcha.
I was literally talking to myself.
I think I get you. So you were basically just using your old self for like the sake of the conversation. I got you. But we can move on so we could get back on track because I feel like we kind of going somewhere else with this conversation.
Not really. If you guys are talking about perception and perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. You didn't go too far. You didn't venture off too far from whatever the topic may be.
Okay, so
I do believe that we have, aside from our five senses, I do feel like we have, an extra sense that allows us to see outside of this realm or this dimension, or feel things outside of this dimension and shit. So, like, at a certain level, we will be able to determine what's good and bad that we come across. Sometimes we won't, but most of the time we will, I feel like.
Yeah, but we have to accept we still have to accept that good and bad is still subjective. Or we're not going to be
subjective, yes.
So when you say we have to determine what is good or bad, you have to even take in consideration that's going based off of you. You have your own individual perspective of what is good or bad. So when you say what is
in that moment, if you come across an interdimensional being and it means harm to you, then it's safe to assume that it's bad because it's going to do bad.
But what if it means harm to you and not to someone else? So we can't just say because you got to let me finish, man. Come on, man. Like just let me finish because you're going to get what I'm saying because you can't say that that person is coming to kill you. He's bad to you, but he might be coming to give me a hug and some money. So he's good to me. So I can't just say because you feel like he's bad because he's doing so. You get it?
I get that, and I'm not negating that. I'm not negating that at all. But I'm not going to be thinking about if this entity is good to somebody else if it means harm to me.
But that's why we can't just say that it's bad You get what I'm saying? His intentions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's bad to me.
Right.
Like, it's bad to me.
Right.
It doesn't have to be bad all the way around. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, when I'm coming across it, who gives a fuck if it's good to somebody else? If it means harm to me.
So for the sake of the conversation, we can't call it bad then. You get what I'm saying? I don't
Everything
know.
is more so a lesson.
I don't wanna just barge in on people. That's why I raised my hand.
My bad, there you go.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, y'all. But we all have this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition, dark alley, somebody with a hoodie on and a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna walk down the alley like we whistling Dixie and picking flowers and smelling tulips,
Mm-hmm.
or like we are walking into a daycare. We're gonna be apprehensive, even though the person is just standing there. Our body, our mind is going to say, judge the moment, judge the atmosphere. It's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's what our body, fight or flight, is just going to tell us this.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you gonna go down there? Think about it now before you go down there, Dago. My body tell me that. Now, when I go into a daycare, my body doesn't tell me that.
Can I get a question?
So why is my mind, my body telling me about this dark alley, and my mind and my isn't apprehensive about walking into the daycare?
There you go. Quick question.
We all have it. Is it good? Is it bad? My body. Go ahead, brothers.
Can a person's intuition be?
Hey, I have to go, but I'll be back later.
Okay, Tanya. I'll still be live.
I have a work call. Okay.
It's Friday. I'm gonna be live. So my question is: can a person's intuition be incorrect or flawed? What's up, country?
Yes.
Okay, then. So
100%.
That person at that dark alley could be like, hey, anybody ever told you about Jesus Christ and coming into your life?
So why would we be having a conversation? Why would we be having a conversation focused on intuition if we all know that it's a possibility that our intuition can mislead us, be incorrect or flawed? We shouldn't even.
Okay, because
how often has yours been flawed?
let me answer the question because Leon, because that person could also be a serial killer. We don't know. So our body, our mind registers it on, and it rolls the dice. Well, it doesn't roll the dice. It's a reality. It tells you. It gives you a picture of what is at stake. I want to live. The body wants to live. Regardless of what we want to do, our body wants to live. So it gives you a big caution.
Mm-hmm.
You can either listen to it or not.
Is it like better safe than sorry type situation when when it comes to pattern recognition? Because it's just pattern recognition at the end of the day.
That's all it is.
Cell memory.
5 is correct.
That's all it is.
It is. But I think perception was talking about like the intuitiveness without memory. Like you know how some babies and small children can recognize danger even without having prior knowledge to something being dangerous. Because like the examples that we're talking about, it pretty much comes with life experience. We know that the dark alley is dangerous because of, movies, this, that, the third, your own experience, this, that, all these other things. But what about the deeper intuition?
That's what I'm saying.
Going into a church and the pastor has a big smile, but he's really there to rip you off or to harm children or something like that. The deeper intuition that you
can
cannot
feel
have
it, but you can't see it. There's no tangible
like
evidence.
The type that the children have. You know what I mean? When they can feel that this person is not, and then, it could be a friendly child, but they don't feel comfortable around that person's per se. And I've seen it happen,
That would be
where,
two different things though, right?
Well, no, that's like raw intuition.
Hold on, let me explain the question. So it's
and that's what I was trying to get into.
When a baby senses danger or is handed over to a person and they start crying or whatever, the baby could be wrong, I guess. or right, whatever. But when you're an adult walking into a church and the pastor's like, you have to have discernment and you know them by their fruits, that's an entire different ball game right there.
See, the
Well, it
problem.
depends on your level of awareness, really.
Yeah, and I feel like, okay, so when it comes to spirituality and Christianity, because like I was saying in the comments, I am like recently, or not recently, but like, you know, newly into detachment of Christianity, which I feel, you know, perplexed about. Like it's very confusing feeling. But either way, like I do see it in both ends, you know, with Christianity and with spirituality, as far as in like the discernment. And in the Bible, or what I've learned in church, was not to like how Diego was saying, not to judge people by what you think their intentions are, or we can only judge by their actions, what we see that what they're doing, because we truly don't know their intentions. Only God knows their intentions. So, you know. But my thing is too, in the Bible it also says that we would do greater works, that Jesus says that we would do even greater works than him. So for some people that okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to finish that one.
Well,
I was gonna say, to Christians that means spreading the word and things like that, but to spiritual people it means like you too can have this same knowing that Jesus, our brother, had because of our Father, you know, our Father being God. Like, but it's very, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place now.
No. I see where you're coming from. I just was going to say that I always recommend people to pay attention to the intentions behind people, because if I give you, if I hit somebody with my car.
Oh, I knew that was you.
If I hit somebody with my car accidentally, I think that people should pay more attention to if my intentions were to hit them with my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I always tell people to work on your discernment. Like, do shadow work or whatever to work on your discernment. But, you know, and then you'll get better at paying at seeing the reasons behind the actions. What up, Jay?
Right. Because
What do you mean shadow work?
the actions matter more, right? And the intention, but they both go hand in hand. Because if you think about it like this, like you just said, you hit me with your car, but it was a mistake. The action you can go to jail for, but your intentions were the light was yellow and I was running across the street. You know what I mean? So it's like, which one really is it? And now when you think about it deeper, like let's say somebody who has a quote unquote sickness, like pedophile or something. Oh, they're into kids or whatever, but their intentions are this, they're sick. Like, no, you know, like both of them matter equally. You know, so which
one would you judge somebody off of, Garden? Which one if you met somebody, what are you going to pay more attention to? If you're trying to really see what their motive or intent, like, okay, I don't want to try to lead your answer. So what is more important to you and why? The intentions of a person or the actions of a person? Like if you need,
that's where it gets tricky, because your intentions, your actions matter more at the end of the day, because your intentions also comes with you working on that, right? So your intentions could be good, but because you have not worked long enough on making those actions better, you are doing actions that are negative, you know? So to me, the actions weigh out more than the intentions, because so, like the Bible says, like my pastor has said, you don't truly know the intentions. You just truly don't.
So I had a girl that I was dating, and she would always do just dumb stuff, and I would be like, but I knew her intentions were to try to make me happy. So even though she was doing those dumb things, this is part of the reason why I realized that we should kind of go more off people's intentions. Like somebody might intend on giving you a cake or something for your birthday, but their actions might, the way it looks to you, it might look like, you know, it might look another type of way. What up, Ike? And so that's why I always like let's go around real quick and ask, unless you still had one thing. I want to ask, what do y'all think is more important to go off of, a person's actions or their intentions?
A person's action.
Their actions? I mean, but
Yeah, I feel like they're both a catch-22.
but
like,
your intentions are what God goes off of. God judges you off your heart and intentions, because you can live your whole life trying to do the right thing, and God knows that you're trying. You might fail every single day, but as long as God knows that your intentions,
until you get it right, though.
huh?
But God continues to give you that lesson.
But He knows our hearts. See, this is why I used to.
I think we need to break it down. I think we need to break down exactly what is.
Are you talking about in relationships?
No, I'm talking about in general. Like, what would you want God to judge you off of?
General?
Hold on, let me ask this question. Maybe because this is the thing. This is the thing, real quick. Because this is how we can get to the soul of it. If you were at the gate of where you about to be judged by God or whatever that determines your fate, and God says, "Look, I give you two choices. I'm gonna judge you to send you to hell or to heaven. Would you want me to judge you off your actions or your intentions? Which one would you choose?
Definitely character.
Your actions?
Listen,
So what-
exactly. It builds character.
So what if you broke a bunch of hearts?
Intentions are
just like
character.
Garden said. I can have the desire to want to do things, but if I don't take those steps to accomplish it, then
your
it's
actions
fucking
gonna get you
pointless.
sent to
The
hell.
intention is meaningless.
Then your act, but
It's meaningless.
so if you just said if you,
need to learn to break it
I see
down
your
like
I see
this.
your hand,
If I wanna
Dago.
do something, if I want to do something and I'm motivated to do it, it still means nothing if I don't have the desire to.
But that's what I'm saying. Your intentions.
Intention indicates motive.
Hold on, because Dago raised his hand too, and I'm gonna just land with this because I don't want it to be too long. All right, so if I live my whole life with my intentions to be pure, and I like to think this of myself, my intentions are never to offend anybody. I always tell people all the time, I'm not trying to offend you. If I do, I apologize. But sometimes I do. So I would rather y'all judge me off of being able to recognize that my intentions are good, other than the actions that you see me making mistakes. You get what I'm saying? So that's all. Does that make?
Yes.
Mistakes are human, bro.
Still
Mistakes are
judged
human.
by your actions,
Because at
though.
the end of the day, when you look at it like this, I intend to be nice to everybody.
Hey, they go. Hell, all these day goes. I never
Okay.
knew that I had another body somewhere.
Go ahead, bro.
But look,
Man, bro.
if I was going to judge, I'd try to judge like God. But it's impossible for me to judge like God because I cannot see the intent of a person's heart.
So you lack discernment. God doesn't.
Let me finish.
Mhm.
You said God don't have discernment.
I said you lack discernment. God don't lack discernment.
That's why you gotta let folks finish their whole sentence before y'all give y'all
I heard
clamoring.
what you said, Dago.
You heard what I said, but
Yeah.
you ain't hear no context behind it. You just heard words.
Okay, my bad.
Y'all be hearing words and be like, "Alafragilista, and just say stuff.
Don't argue. Hey, yo, Bob Swan, don't argue with this nigga, man. This nigga on the welfare don't got no money, man.
Oh gosh, who was that? Anyway, what you saying?
All right, cool. So I would love to try to judge the way that God judges. So because I'm incapable of that, He tells me how I should judge. Now, the way that I want to be judged, I don't want to be judged like that.
Like
But
what?
God judges us. He said, God said this to. They said, God, I cast out demons in your name. I did this in your name. I did that in your name. He said, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I did not know you. So he wanted the intention of, he was searching for the intention of the heart to seek him, to be with him. They were trying to please him with their works. And your works are as filthy rags to God. He don't care nothing about your works or what you do. Because right behind that, you can do something evil.
Not true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's not true. That's not true.
You could turn around
That's
and
not
walk
true.
an old
That's
lady
not true.
across the street
It's not
and
true.
steal her purse
Not
at
true.
the same time.
It's not true.
But the intention, look.
Like right now, I know your intentions. They go.
I'm gonna be done, and I'm gonna be done. I can walk. I can say, ma'am, here, let me walk you across this street. I can do that good deed. My intentions were to get close to her so I can put my hand in her purse and take her wallet. She never knew that. Because I came as light. I came as a helping hand. But the whole time, I robbed her.
Because your intentions, your intentions were to rob, though. Your intentions were to rob, and that's why discernment is important. Just like right now, your intentions to what you're saying is to you're trying to deliver a message that could be beneficial to people, but it's actually poisoning people because your information is incorrect. So before I judge you off of, or God judges you off of what you're saying, knowing that your intentions is pure, the message is wrong. So you're going to mislead people.
And the way, Leon, before you can come up and anybody's statement is wrong, brother.
Ain't nobody letting everybody talk.
Please hold your judgment. Talking about somebody is right or wrong. When you just
no, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying that you.
You just hold on. There's no difference. There is no right or wrong.
All right.
So to tell somebody that they are, you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. You're interpreting the message wrong or incorrect. I'm not saying that a person can't be. I'm not saying that you are right or wrong. I'm saying the information is incorrect that you're saying. Like what you just said is incorrect. It's not a fact.
I raised my hand. I want to say something.
Let's stick it real quick. Real quick.
No,
Leon,
if I look at a person, I think we all can agree to that. I can't look at you and I don't know your intention, but I can't judge you off your intention if I don't know you. So what do? We need to judge based on characteristics. So if I see you and you're actually making a conscious effort to do something, I can judge off that because I can't see your intention. However, you may have the desire to do good and you end up doing bad. So what does that mean if I don't know you or if I can't even see you? Well, this motherfucker Leon has the intention to try to host a good panel, and he's trying his hardest, but he keeps muting everybody. Just because you have the will and want to do something doesn't mean that you really do it. Dame, shut the entire fuck up. I'm landing my plane. Like, bro, hold your tongue for a second. Like, all I'm saying is if you really gonna judge somebody, Joe, shut up. Why don't you raise your hand? If you really gonna judge somebody, just judge them on their character and the actions that they put out there. It's that simple. It's not a hard concept to understand. It's not an hour-long conversation. Just judge people on how they act. Don't judge them too much about, thing, because I be saying stuff all the time and doing another. So really judge on their character and the actions they do to what they're doing. That's it. That's simple. Case closed, mic drop, end of discussion. Y'all making this an hour-long conversation for nothing. It's not that complicated. Whoever's next can talk.
Thanks, Jay. All right.
Well, yeah, you definitely. Yeah. I was gonna say exactly what Glitch said at the end of his speech. Like,
well, damn, because Box 6 raised her hand and you still didn't. If we're gonna go by order, then maybe go by order.
Hold on. All right. So we'll go by order then, because we all got something to add to this. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so thank you, Leon, first off. But yes, I just wanted to say what Glitch said at the end. Like, teachable moment. Just recently, you just tried to disagree. You said you disagreed with Dago, which was your intent, but it was like, what exactly are you disagreeing with? What is, like, the action? Like, how are you going to... You feel me? All you said was you disagreed. But
okay,
I wanted to say that before, but go ahead.
I always have a reason for anything that I say and do. I disagree with what he was saying because it was not correct. I said his intentions was to deliver his message. I'm sure that he believes that the message that he was delivering would have positive results if people applied what they heard, but it would have the opposite effect because the information is not correct. So if you're presenting information with the intentions, like if I tell everybody right now, hey man, look, all you got to do is run as hard as you can, as fast as you can for 24 hours, and you're gonna lose weight because I'm a personal trainer, and everybody go out there and they all die. God is not going to send me to hell because they died, because my intentions were to help them lose weight, even though the information was incorrect. You get what I'm saying?
Leon, you didn't give the reason why I was not correct. You just said you're not correct.
No, I did get a reason. I did give the reason. I did. I did.
You never did.
Okay.
You never did because what I was saying was I said that you said what I said was wrong.
Right.
So okay, what I said was I would want to judge the way if it's intention or what was
action.
the other one?
Actions.
Action.
Mm-hmm.
I said God goes off of the heart.
Intentions, basically.
I would want to judge that way, but we can't. We can't judge off of the heart of man.
We can. With discernment. We can.
Leon, listen. Just listen. You do not, before the person does it, you have no clue unless you can read the future that they're going to do it.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Leon, well, prove it then. Prove that you can tell what a person is about to do.
Okay. So if you know a person, you can know you've said before, when I host these panels, you said if I see Leon behaving a certain type of way.
You don't know them, Leon. You don't know this person.
So
prove that you know what they're about to do.
See, now you're being defensive. That's not that you're more concerned about.
I'm not being defensive. I'm not being defensive.
Well, you're more concerned about.
Okay, I'll let you answer the question.
You're more concerned. I know your intentions are good, but your behavior right now is not. It's showing
Forget my behavior, brother. Answer the question.
But I have
How
to.
can you know what a person is going to do before they do it?
Okay, so if I know this person's character, because you could tell a tree by the fruit.
You're adding something to it that's not part of it.
What do you mean?
You're saying if you know their character, you don't know this person. Don't add that.
Well, I know how to know.
Now,
I think it's not fair for you.
You're adding something to make it so that you can. No, you can't do that.
It's not.
You can't do what you're trying to do.
Okay, so can I tell you why I can, if you don't mind?
You can't.
Well, I'm gonna tell.
You don't know you don't know this person. Okay, you don't know the person, Leon. Okay. You don't know him. So tell me how you know what they're about to do.
So there are ways to recognize patterns of behavior, and if you have discernment, you can recognize a person's intentions. It's not about the person. You can look at the patterns of behavior and know, if you have discernment, you know how to recognize signs if a person is malicious, deceitful, honest, based off the fruit that they bear. Some people have discernment, some people don't.
We just said they haven't shown you anything. They haven't. The only way that I can tell if a person is evil is by.
So you can't see it because if you can't see the truth, then the truth ain't in you to see in other people. Simple as that.
If they ain't never shown anything, what truth are you looking at? If they ain't never showed you nothing, if they never said anything, or did anything, or made a move, they're just standing on the wall.
Okay.
How can you know what their next intention is? Hey, Leon, tell me this. Are they going to walk left or are they going to walk right?
Well,
how do you know?
There are people.
How do you know this, brother?
There are people who have high levels.
Forget people. You.
Me? Okay, I'm one of those people.
How do you know if they're going to walk off that wall, either turn left or turn right? How do you know that?
Because I'm
what they're going to do.
I heard it the first 14 times.
You're hard-headed. Just say you don't know. Just say you
don't know. No, you want me to
being hard-headed.
See, you do it now. This is where the bad spirit is, because you are frustrated with me because you
can't. You're trying to. This ain't no bad spirit. This is you don't know.
Then why won't it let me finish my sentence?
If they don't do nothing.
Okay, so I gotta mute.
That it is.
This is where you have to mute because I feel it. You don't want me to finish my sentence because you're frustrated because you don't believe that there are people who have high discernment or levels of awareness. I can recognize in people when their intentions are good or bad. That's why I don't get offended by what you're doing, because I know that your intentions are not bad. You're not trying to be offensive or anything, even though it, so, but some people can't.
I'm just trying to get an honest answer and stop being,
You want me to tell you what you want to hear, basically.
Okay.
No, I just want you to tell the truth. You keep talking about truth, brother. Listen, you have no clue. You have no clue what somebody's intentions is if they ain't did nothing.
Okay. Well, that's you, Dago. You're projecting.
All right.
I would like to answer the question.
Prove it, brother. How do you do this? How do you do it?
By having discernment. By having experience.
What are you discerning?
By having.
What are you righteously judging?
Well,
based off a person sitting on the wall.
Okay,
what are you righteously judging?
Okay, so if I have had enough experience and wisdom, then I can recognize behavior patterns. Sometimes I can tell by the way a woman is walking toward me if I can get her number or not. Some people can do it. They go. You probably just can't.
Hey, may I piggyback? I definitely get what Dago is trying is saying. Like, you can't tell off a bat, but a lot of times, if you know yourself as a human being, you're gonna know a lot of times the psychology and the character.
So you just agree with me, and then Dago, how does that work? Because I don't agree with Dago.
I get where Dago is coming from. Like, off the bat, you may not be able to see if they're not giving you any signs, but as y'all start to interact, this person is going to give you signs.
The real, I could tell by, hold on. There's ways that you can recognize by the way I can tell if a person is Nigerian or not based off of their facial features. I can tell if a person is going to have a bad attitude or not based off of their, like, a lot of different things. That's just me. Like I said, I can do this. So so to the average person, they're going to believe that you can't do it.
I believe you.
But that's it. I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
The way I know about other people is knowing myself.
Leon, I have a question. Were you about to say you can tell if a person has a bad attitude or not based on their skin color? Because I swear I heard you about to say skin.
No, I was about to say I can tell if a person has a bad attitude or not by the way that they look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just some people can do. So this is the thing. What's happening right now is a lot of projecting is going on, because if I can't do something, I'm not going to think that it's possible for another person to do it sometimes. So I guess some people just don't have that discernment.
I think Dago's principle is that it's important to be open and not limited to your own perspective. You have to always beware of trapping yourself. You feel me? With these type
everyone is limited off their own perspective. Every one of us up here is limited off of our own perspective, because I can emphasize, but I can't literally see from another person how another person perceives reality.
When I'm walking around, because of training, because of me carrying, because of me observing, it would take a little time, but I just can't enter into a room. And some FBI agents can tell you, can walk in a room.
You can't. They go. You can't.
Hold on, listen. They can tell you everything, a characteristic breakdown of a person, right? Mm-hmm. I'm agreeing with you, that he's potentially could do, right? Based on prior knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not a fact. It's not a fact. It's just based on prior knowledge. This is what could happen. Mm-hmm. Walk in, walk out. He can tell you if a person is carrying, if a person is lame, if a person is limp, if a person is joyful, if a person is right. Mm-hmm. Just off a few little seconds, but it takes a little time. Some people are hyper aware, right? Observant, right? So in the spirit realm, you have those that are babies, and you have those that are hyper, like that are up there. They can see it. But what I'm saying, Leon, when an individual, you just looking at them, and they're not giving you any clues, any telltale clues, and you're not one of these observant people, you can only go based off of certain things that they will show you, because you're not privy to what the FBI agent is. You're just you're just at a base level.
They go, I'm not. So,
that don't know discernment. The definition of discernment is a righteous judgment, right? Meaning, from what you're seeing. In the sentence of 90, then they're gonna say, "Oh, he about to rob the bank." Now waiting on the Uber.
okay, so you were incorrect about the definition of. Hold on. Let me read the actual definition of discernment. They go left out a lot. Discernment is having discernment means the ability to make sound judgments and good decisions by carefully considering options and details. It involves keen perception, wisdom, and the ability to understand and distinguish between different things, both in a practical and spiritual sense. So I don't know where your definition of discernment come from, but it might be why you think that. Okay. Hold on, they go. See. So your misinterpretation of the word discernment is probably why you think that people can't do what I'm saying I can. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, now Leon, a righteous. When I said righteous judgment, I said discernment is just righteous judgment. Of course, it comes with other words behind it. But brother, for you to say I'm just completely wrong, you are the liar.
Well,
you're clearly lying that a righteous judgment isn't what you just read.
Well, if I said that you were, read
it again.
I heard you. If I said, I heard you both.
I don't think he was totally saying he was wrong.
I did.
Read it again.
See,
Leon. Read it again, Leon.
Leon was just saying what he can do.
No, Leon just said what I.
Well, Dago, you left. All I said. So,
Dago, you're wrong.
Dago, I said you.
That's what he said.
I said you left out some important details about discernment. That is probably
you
what.
said my lack of understanding about discernment.
And well, that's
what you said.
Did you not have a lack of understanding the word I just read? You just said the righteous judgment.
Because you gave the definition of what I just read, of what I just said. A righteous judgment comes along with everything that you just said. In order to have a righteous judgment, a right judgment entails what you just defined. Read it again for the people and see if righteous judgment don't come right behind all that stuff you just said.
I mean, you oversimplified the word discernment. Oversimplified the word discernment. You definitely.
Brother, stop being hard-headed, Leon.
They go, you being hard-headed. You've been projecting this whole time.
Coming in is that Diego is saying that you can't just off rip know this about somebody without no prior knowledge. Well, the definition of discernment is saying you need wisdom and prior knowledge.
Is that not what I said?
To be able to discern properly. I know. I get what you're saying, Leon and Diego. I get what you both are saying, but I'm just saying you guys are saying pretty much like Diego is saying the same thing, but Diego's saying you can't know just offhand, right? And Leon is saying yes, you can know. But technically, the word discernment means you need wisdom, you need prior knowledge to know these things, and sometimes the wisdom could be like how. Because see, this is the thing in Christianity. And that's where I wanted to ask Diego. Like, so Diego, do you believe, you just don't believe that people can do this off rip, period, right? You believe that you just can't look at somebody and know this. And Leon is saying, yes, someone can.
Who do you agree with? Who do you agree with?
With Leon to a degree, because people who are vibrating on a different level can know this. And this is, this is the conflict that I have, because I feel like the Bible is saying you can, like you can.
That wouldn't be righteous. They wouldn't be righteous for them to do that, because they can assume and be wrong.
But see, this is where either shadow work comes in.
That's not righteous discernment.
Or more time in the spiritual or religious world, more time praying or not meditating, praying, or is fasting and talking to God to be able to discern these things. Because let me tell you, I've gotten in a car accident. I got in a horrible car accident. And when I got out that car accident, the people were globs of colors. They were vibrating. I couldn't see anybody's face or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I could only see them in shades. And they were most of the people were globs of orange, right? Mm-hmm. And this, to me, I feel like this is what their aura was. Maybe. I don't know. But I got into a horrible car accident. A paramedic that was just driving in the highway, he came and got me out the car, stuff like this. And I couldn't see his face. I could only see his vibration. So I feel like if you're in a certain level, and this wasn't me being conscious, this was me being unconscious. So that was in a different mind state. Mm-hmm. I feel like there are some people that can do this. You know what I mean? Maybe not that me and you may know, but there are people that can do this, and that's my thing. That's my conflict with Christianity.
Can they preemptively do anything to you because they perceive that you're going to sometime in the near future do something nefarious, like go into a bank? Can they apprehend you and detain you? That's not a righteous judgment. That's they are assuming.
So now I feel like that's
Appeal is next too.
That's the difference. The difference is that's prediction. And because we are human, we can change constantly. We can change at any moment. So we're vibrating differently at every moment. Every moment can change. Every second can change our mindset. Mm-hmm. So no, they cannot predict that I'm going to rob the bank. But at this moment in time, they can see that what my vibration is, where I am, like how I'm feeling. They like Leon said, if I walk into a room, he can feel that maybe I'm angry, that I'm upset, even if he doesn't look at my face, just with the energy that I came in the room with.
In box number 8, I just wanted to say something really quick.
Hold on one second. Just hold that thought, because people are raising their hand, and I know. Just be patient, please. That's Afil.
No, it's me, bro.
Oh, my fault, y'all. Okay, y'all.
So I think and I love this conversation, and I love the way the brother in box 1 is very passionate about his stance. But in defining his stance, we have to be very careful. We have to go back to the dictionary, because what it says is that it's an ability, right, to judge well. He's focused on the part that says judge well, but we have to focus on the word ability. Ability is a skill set. That means it's not given to everybody. For example, I speak 7 languages. That's a skill. That's an ability that I have. I could walk in a room with different people from different countries with one of my friends that would not even understand a word, because it's an ability that I have. So in defining that, we have to focus on the word ability. Ability means it's not given to everybody. That means that it's either something that you develop naturally because you already have it, or through experiences you accumulate this skill. That is how you get.
I got a question for you. Before I unmute the panel, let me ask you this question. Do you judge people off of their intentions or their actions? You personally?
When I get to judge people, I judge people based on patterns. I don't judge on any of those things that you mentioned. Okay. So whether you're good or you're bad, there is patterns that exists. So your pattern is what's going to separate my judgment.
So your pattern is going to be the truth. If out of 10 times I see you smoking crack, bro, you're a crackhead. You can't convince me any other.
What he's saying is so logical. I ain't gonna lie. This is how women find niggas to eat cheaters. Niggas don't be realizing.
I'm not gonna. Right. So I'm not gonna sit and be like, you know what? It's what they did. No. I'm not gonna even listen to what you say. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at your actions. So yes, actions and patterns. So the cumulus of your actions is gonna determine your personality and your character. You can say whatever you want to say. That's fine. But I am going to look at the things that you do.
That's right.
So I see your hand. Let me ask this one last question. How would you want God to judge you if you believe in God? How would you want God?
I usually do both.
My bad, Darrell. My bad.
Like the brother was articulating, due to a set of patterns a person may have, I can only go by that. But also, too, with me knowing myself as a human being, I know about fear, fight, flight, happiness, sadness, and I can kind of tell because of me being empathetic and sympathetic to the human experience that somebody may be going through something, or they might be having a bad day, or they might be having an excellent day. This is somebody to talk to. They real bubbly, joyful, open up to conversation. You can kind of see that within 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes within the conversation or dealing with somebody. I'm land.
Okay. So one more. I had one more question for box 3. How would you want to be judged from others?
I would want for others to basically look at, the things that I do.
Out of the two,
if I had a chance, if it was up to me.
1 minute, please. Just 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt you. Out of the two options, your actions or people's ability to judge your intentions. Which one would you want people?
I would rather them to look into my actions.
Okay.
Because my ability to judge something could be also very much skewed based on my personal experience. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's the reason why I can't go that route.
So do you make mistakes?
Absolutely. That's the reason why I wouldn't go that route.
Okay.
So I would go on the route of consistency. Mm-hmm. You see, the most beautiful thing about a relation, I treat relationships like a scale. Mm-hmm. You don't expect for it to be balanced off. But what you need to do is have a little bit more of that good versus the bad. We all have bad. Anybody that think they don't sin or they're not evil, they don't do evil stuff, you're stupid. Mm-hmm.
But I disagree with. I disagree. We don't all have bad because bad is based off of perception of somebody has to see.
That's true.
So
that is exactly what I'm talking about, Leon. I'm talking about the perception that people will have based on your personal experience. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I can't go based on that. I have to go based on if I meet Leon within the past 5 years and me and Leon hanging out, and every single time I hang with Leon, there's always maybe a fight. Let's say we go out and there's always a fight, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But Leon is telling me that, man, he's a peaceful guy, right? Mm-hmm. I can't go based on your words no more because that is the beauty about being an adult. That's adulting. Mm-hmm. I have to separate myself because I'm not the type of guy that fights, right?
You got a little bit of a noise in the background, AJ. So
even though you would convince me up and down like you're a very peaceful person. Mm-hmm. The beauty about being an adult is I have a judgment. I have to judge it because since I don't fight, I don't want to be in a position where you are having an episode and I'm there.
But a lack of discernment could cause you to judge premature or incorrect.
I am with the discernment because box 1, what I wanted to ask him is this: have you ever walked in a room where you just looked at somebody, you're like, man, I just want to get away? Or have you ever been in a room where you just feel as if somebody's looking at you and you turn around, you make eye contact with somebody?
Are you Haitian?
No, I'm from Africa. Ujouwa. I'm calling my name now. Ujouwa.
It's called
you
I
can
use
cut the
Fournette
tension
now, but don't worry. We'll talk later. Don't worry.
All right.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it. You can
Correct. Yeah, that's cool, Dave.
feel something,
feel it.
right? But
cool, Dave.
at the same time, you can't give a dissertation on what it is and who it is and where it's coming from and what unless the way that I can see the way that I can see it. If I look at the person and they make eye contact with me, and through their subtle movements and things of that nature, oh, okay, it's coming from you. I'm discerning, right, because of actions now, because of what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But when I come in the room,
I think that you're using the word discernment like a thing that everybody has.
Thank you. See, he even used his discernment to recognize that.
So discernment is
listen.
not
I
something...
didn't say everybody. We talking about
No.
me.
I didn't say you said that. I just said the disconnect that we have as far as the perception of...
Brother, hold on. I didn't assume that... I'm not assuming that everybody got nothing. I didn't make it a statement that to make you say that. I think you're assuming that everybody got... Why would you make a statement like that?
Because you are, because you've already...
Let me get a mute.
Damn, see,
so that I can get off about what I just said.
You keep you've been interrupting everybody, and then when we interrupt you, you want to mute. You got it.
Yeah, because Leon, you got if you listen, brother, Leon, I'm not gonna tell you how to host, but you can't come in giving pom poms in the middle of a nigga talking, and then both of y'all niggas is wrong about what I just said. He made a statement that I'm assuming that you think that everyone has a discernment. When I didn't make a statement that everybody has discernment.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Where did his statement come from about me? I didn't say nothing about everybody having discernment. I said me walking into a room, not everybody walking into a room.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say nothing about everybody or anybody. Me walking into a room, right? Now, whatever another person does to judge a room or judge a person, it's up to them. I don't know what they got.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue what they got or how they use it.
No clue. I think he kind of recognized
I got the red flag. I got the white flag saying, I surrender to y'all that I don't know what y'all know or what y'all got. Based off of me, I can tell if you intentionally did something or if it was a mistake. And because I make mistakes, right, I'm going to give a person grace until I can see when you intentionally try to do something. Now it's up for you. I can tell when somebody come in on Bigo and they intentionally try to provoke. I can tell when somebody makes a mistake and interrupts. There's a difference between the two.
I think what he did was, I think he could recognize that you could have been projecting based off of your understanding of what people can, like, because all we have is our perception. So if you feel like I didn't think that somebody that was 5'3" could dunk a 10-foot goal, because I couldn't do it when I was 5'3". You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be like, oh no, you can't do that, because I know that I done tried for years and I could. So when you see somebody do it, then that's when you might think it's possible. Like,
well, can anybody tell me can anybody answer this question?
Mm-hmm.
A person sitting on the wall, you look at them. Do you know what they're about to do?
It's possible that some people can.
Yes. If you're a fucking behavior psychologist and all them kind of people, they can peep certain things. Or if you work for the CIA, or if you had a specific job that dealt with behavior science, yeah, you probably could. But the normal person, no, they just be talking outside of their neck.
That's what I said. I said an FBI agent could come in, look in a room.
Oh shit! I didn't know you said that. But yes.
In 15 seconds, and tell you how many people was in there and how many people got guns.
Oh, they didn't map the whole room out before you even got done with the conversation.
But what is the connection with that to discernment, though?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, man.
I see what y'all talking about now. See, I'm just now joining. So they have a point now. They go, what is that connection to discernment?
What's the connection to discernment?
The connection to that is that person on the wall. Right?
Uh-huh.
You can use whatever you have, whatever you equip with, discernment, whatever intentions, able to see intentions, able to see actions. Okay, but we're going off of discernment. Okay, now only way that you would know. My point is the only way that you would know is based off of their actions.
They go. Have you seen that movie Equalizer? Have you seen Equalizer before they go? Have you seen Equalizer? Hold on, man, because it's the same. It's the same people. They go. You taking over the whole panel. I'm sorry. Like, just please. Have you seen the movie Equalizer? Dago? Have you seen the movie Equalizer? With Denzel?
I just wanted to finish my last statement to Ike. Ike, that is why I said that you cannot judge a person's intentions if you don't know what they have done yet.
Have you seen the movie Equalizer, Dago?
You don't know what they done. Yes, I seen Equalizer.
That is not what discernment is, though.
Look,
how can you discern anything, bro? You have to be able to see what they done before you can discern.
That is not.
It's not true.
No, that's not true.
Well, there you go. Discernment is actually a superpower because you actually can discern something without actual visual evidence.
That is the whole point of calling it discernment.
That's why it's called discernment, because it's a hindsight.
That's why it's called discernment.
So what I was about to say is, because I didn't know exactly what y'all was talking about, but since Bruh said that, I was going to say discernment and being trained as an agent is actually two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So that FBI agent or that CIA agent, when he walks in the room and sees something, that doesn't mean he has discernment. That means
it's a skill.
That means
it's
that
a skill
a skill set. Thank you, right?
Hey,
now, when you have discernment, you don't need confirmation to know what's going on.
Thank you.
So you know this without a train. It's a sense that you naturally have. That's why it's usually called spiritual discernment, because it's not attached to anything that you can see.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to do. That's why I said a righteous judgment. That's why I said discerning righteously.
It sounds like we talking about two discernments, though, metaphysically and physically. Now, physically, I think being observant is part of discernment. So what Dago was kind of articulating, like scoping the scene and scoping the room and reading body language and seeing who could be possibly the dangerous one in the room.
Saying. Okay.
You know
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, spiritual discernment is different.
Okay,
yes,
got
you.
you.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
no. That's plain. I got you. I got
you.
So obviously there's two facets to the discernment. I can discern in the spirit without seeing anything confirm it, and then I can discern things that are tangible, which is the physical.
Yes.
To me, that kind of don't make sense, but I can kind of fuck with the idea of it, if that makes sense.
You can agree to disagree. That's cool.
I think that the word, you can't have the word discernment without speaking about some type of spiritual connection, or else it's a skill. So the example of the FBI agent, the only reason why he could pick out people like that is because he's been put in controlled situations where he's practiced that.
Exactly.
So when he walks in it, he's familiar with who, the red box is. You see what I'm saying? Discernment, it's not a skill set. They don't train you with anything. There's some people that are born like that. Let me tell you something. I was born and raised in Africa. When I was a kid, bro, at 14 years old, I was walking in my neighborhood. A guy pulled me to the side, told me exactly who my dad was, told me who my mom was, told me, how many siblings I got, where I was from. Like, I've never met this guy a day in my life. In order for you to have discernment, you have to have a spiritual component to it. That's the reason why it's not about, explaining. Because, I think that's the thing, that's another thing, because when it comes to understanding this, I think there's a thing where we want to explain discernment. No, when I walk inside of a room, I could feel people's energy. There's some people like that.
Same here. But you know what, though? People that can't do it don't think it's possible, and sometimes you just gotta.
They don't feel if it's possible because it's not their experience.
I've learned to just respect it.
I had to look something up, and I didn't know this, because I think what my problem is, because I can identify my problem with when it comes to discernment. I have a mom for a pastor, so I would only think that discernment would only be spiritual because that's what I was raised knowing. But I had to chat GPT it, and they have what you call practical discernment, emotional discernment, and spiritual discernment. So box 11, I think, was the most accurate because it's just different versions of it that kick in. So the FBI and the CIA agent would probably have the emotional or the physical discernment, not the spiritual one. And then a spiritual person or a person that's aligned with, with the more spirituality and metaphysical things would probably have more of a spiritual discernment. So now the conversation, to me, you would have to really classify everything you're talking about, because now we just proved that there's different types of discernment.
And spiritual discernment, right? If a prophet comes up to me, Lord God told me that you, right? Now, because he's coming in light, he's coming with some type of what's being perceived as something positive for you. And then you have these people, oh yes, give it to me, and I receive it. Oh yes, man of God, and they fall out.
There you go. There you go. I met
now this person.
I met my ex's mom for the first time when I was 21. It was just she was really heavy into church. She was just like just her whole life was church. She told me that I was going to be, this is when I was 21. Everything that I've been doing for the last 15 years, she told me that day that I would be doing. From the time I cut my hair to these conversations that I'm having on here. And I be thinking about this in random nights, how did this woman how did she know that I would be this person today? And it's it had an impact on my life, because I'm it's no way. It would be times I would go through something and I'd be like, she said that I would go through this. And it's not no placebo effect, because everybody goes through these type of things. It was specific to me individually. And she also did it to my friends too, and they went down the same path. She said he probably gonna be in jail. No, she said he is gonna be in jail. This is how it's gonna happen, because it is happened. So some people are just different, and
I know this.
It might not need an explanation.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
We probably
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
With my pastor, a female and her husband came up for prayer, and we all knew what happened to them. She miscarried. They already had 2 daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was just sad. My pastor laid hands on her belly.
Mm-hmm.
I had another woman put her hand on the belly and all that stuff, and then laid hands on her belly and started praying for her. And then he said, God is going to give you double for your trouble.
Hmm.
Any Sunday, I will show you the 2 twins.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you the twins that now walk.
That's amazing. There you go.
You get what I'm saying? I was sitting right there. Now if I don't care who it is, you can be a pastor, you can be my mama. If you BSing,
mm-hmm.
you BSing me, and you playing and you faking and you doing all of this stuff, respectfully, with respect, with reverence,
mm-hmm.
I'll be like, look, that was wrong, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, that was wrong, Mom. You were cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't right, Mom. I had to tell you. Mm-hmm. I saw this man say, God is going to give you double for your trouble. And the 2 babies look just alike. I can't tell them apart.
Right.
Yes, there are abilities that God has given individuals that other individuals don't have. And the Bible does say we have been given the same spirit, but different gifts. So in those gifts are certain abilities that everybody else don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Like that little boy has a greater power of discernment than that 95-year-old man.
Yeah.
Because God gave him that ability specifically for him to bring people to God. And that 97-year-old man got a certain ability too.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't just for me. It's not just to dunk a basketball. It's not just to be so that y'all can clap for me. My gift is given to glorify God.
Yeah,
and everybody can see it. That's the purpose of a gift. It's not to make the money comes with it. You get what I'm saying? If you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. The money, the things is money. That's gonna come.
Can I
if you're a child,
can I interrupt you real quick?
Next person.
So I appreciate that too, Shirek. Let me just say this for everybody that may have just come in. The beginning of this conversation all the way until the end of it will be on my YouTube channel. So if you just type in my name on YouTube, you'll be seeing all these conversations. I started recording not screen recording this right here, but it'll be a different way.
The world's gonna see how ratchet I am.
No, nobody's gonna see you because they're only gonna hear you. So let me give a quick example of what I'm talking about. I gotta edit this out. We can end this whole live right now.